Howdy guys, this is Bill from Billings, Montana. Now let me just start out by saying that I ain't no YouTuber. I ain't some internet influencer. I've never made a video review of anything in my life. I'm just a guy who loves to ride, and I ride a lot. And I have found a product that has literally changed my life. And that product that I'm talking about is the Viking Bags Baldur Extra Large Hard Painted Saddlebag. So without further ado, I would love to introduce you to my Betty. And there she is, my 2023 Low Rider S. And ain't she a beaut? Now when I say that this product has changed my life, I am not exaggerating. See, here in Montana, we have all sorts of weather. And every year, I attend the Beartooth Rally in beautiful Red Lodge, Montana. And we ride the Beartooth Pass, which is at an elevation of, I think it's 10,947 feet. So it is not unusual when we leave the campsite for it to be upwards of 100 degrees or so. By the time that we hit the summit on top of the pass, it could be 40 degrees and or snowing, raining, hailing. And all my buddies ride baggers, so they always have all their gear on hand. So I, in the past, was left with one of two options. Either leave the campsite in all of my gear and be sweaty and hot and miserable by the time I hit the summit, or ride in freezing cold, wet conditions for the next hour or so as we go up over the pass. Now, I bought my Softail because of the performance, and I wasn't really willing to trade that performance for the comfort of a touring model. Well, it started making me question whether or not I had made the right purchase, and I actually started looking at street glides and road glides and even Road Kings so that I could get the storage and the comfort of a touring bike. But as I said before, I bought my lowrider, my Softail, for the performance aspect, man. I like the light little nimble machine that it is. So I did some research and I found Viking Bags. And man, let me tell you, when I say room, I mean it. I call it my grocery getter now. So what do we got in here? We got my winter gloves, my light gloves, my old ladies gloves. I got my chaps in there. And when I come down the other side of the pass, I have more than enough room for my chaps and my heavy leather riding coat. And another cool thing about these bags, each one comes with this awesome inner bag, right? That is the exact, hanging up on the latch, that's the exact shape of the saddlebag. Let me get a good shot of that. I think, what do I got? I think I got my rain gear in here now. Yep, I got my rain gear in there now, so I can just throw it in and go. But on the long rides, I throw my clothes and whatnot in here, so when I get to the motel room, I can just go. And I also got the Viking Bags Renegade Extra Large Sissy Bar bag that I throw on my back seat with all my gear in, so that I can keep my clothes and all my essentials in the saddlebag. I mean, look at these things, man. They're beautiful. They already come with a liner, which is like better than stock, because you usually have to buy liners, you know what I mean, for them for them stock hard bags. And they also come with this cool little detachable compartment here, which is like an amazing place to put like your registration if your state requires and whatnot, all your important stuff. These bags are waterproof under normal conditions. I wouldn't like blast them with a pressure washer because no bag can do that, but I mean in normal riding conditions they're amazing. See what else do I got in here. Like I said, I got my shaps. Oh, windshield washer fluid, windshield wiper. Got my rain sock for my air intake, tire pressure gauge, and man, I can actually put a 12-pack of my favorite beverage and a loaf of bread on top. And look at that. Look how clean the mount is. And as you can see, it works flawlessly with my Viking Bags Ironborn Sissy Bar. Installation, it's not plug and play like some of the other bags, model specific, but I mean it wasn't like anybody can do it. Let me just put it that way. Anybody can do it, and there's plenty of videos out there that can walk you through it. Took me a couple hours. Basically, you start on the one side. I started on this high side so that I could get it exactly where I wanted it. So man, and look how those fender lines match with the bags. It's just it's amazing. And you mark one side, right? I started with this bag, and then you drill it out, and then you just place the other bag back to back and just mark the holes through this side into that one so that you get an exact perfect fit. Man, these bags have made me fall in love all over again with my bike, because I was starting to regret my purchase, because like I said, I put on a lot of miles. This bike is a year old and it's already got 16,000 miles on it. 6,000 of those miles with the Viking Baldur Hard Bags on it. And man, they're just holding up phenomenally. One thing I will say is that before you get carried away and start drilling, that you want to check your clearance. Because a lot of times your axle nut will contact the bags, but in the installation kit they come with all the spacers and the different size bolts that you need. And so all I had to do, because after I did install them, I did have a little rubbing on that axle nut. All I did was just preload my shocks a little bit, which you would want to do anyway with the extra weight from all the gear that you can pile into these things. Man, such a good looking bag. And it's one of a kind. I was when I was shopping for this bike, I was, contemplating whether or not to get the S or the ST. Well, I like to be in the wind, so the fairing was not for me. And also the clamshell bags that come stock on the ST are so small that, like, man, if I'm going to put a bag on a bike, I want it to be functional, right? So I'm so glad that I found these bags. They have literally, like I said, changed my life. And man, I got the only one like her in town. So that concludes my review. I just want to say thank you, Viking, for making such a wonderful product, and maybe we'll see you on the road.